Violet and Lily trudged to the rear of the Good Shepherd Infant Asylum and entered through the kitchen. According to the widow Lankowski, who'd made the arrangements, only benefactors, adoptive couples, physicians, and members of the clergy were allowed to use the front door. The Sisters of the Immaculate Heart of Mary instituted this practice years earlier in order to protect the identities of the expectant mothers they served. "Don't let the door slam," a fire plug of a girl yelled from across the room. Lily pressed her hand against the oak panel and eased it shut. A stripe of fresh snow spanned the length of the threshold. "The latch catches." The girl stood at the sink with her back to the newcomers. A tangle of red curls settled just beyond her shoulders. "Don't want to lock out all of our gentlemen callers," she laughed, throaty and low. "Names?" "Violet Morgan and my sister Lily." Violet stepped onto a rag rug and stomped her boots. Lily remained on the bare linoleum. Water puddled at her feet. "The Protestants are here," the girl called out as she washed the last plate in the dishpan and dried her hands. "No rest for the wicked." She turned and smiled at the pair, exposing her swollen belly. "So which one of you is in the puddin' club?" she asked. Her eyes darted across their stomachs. "That will be all, Muriel." A tall woman robed in dark blue serge glided into the room. "If you hurry, you'll just make confession." Her brittle voice cracked on the word confession, as if failing to hit a note out of range. Embarrassment ignited the girl's cheeks as she started for the doorway. "You can't tell, is all." "Our mother carried small," Violet explained. "Confession," the nun repeated, patting a gold crucifix that hung from a chain around her neck. Muriel winked at Lily from behind the nun, crossed one swollen ankle behind the other, grabbed the sides of her dress, and bowed. Without looking back, the nun added, "You might want to save that curtsy for His Holiness should he visit us here in Philadelphia." Muriel slinked out of the room. "I'm Mother Mary Joseph." The woman took a step forward, and the rosary beads at her waist rattled in time. "Reverend Mother, you must be the young ladies from Scranton?" "Yes, ma'am." Violet let go of the 2 suitcases she'd carried from the train station and pulled her younger sister Lily onto the rug. Even with 9 years between them, the Morgan girls shared a strong likeness. Fair Welsh complexions, small even teeth, dimpled left cheeks. Yet in spite of their similarities, people often referred to Lily as the pretty one. Her large round eyes were blue instead of brown, her features soft, not angular like Violet's, and Lily's hair, a warm chocolate, not that unforgiving pitch. It was as if an artist had sketched the same face twice, opting for a lighter hand the second time. "It's most unusual for us to house both a charge and her sister." The nun poked her hand out from a fan of sleeve and motioned the visitors forward, past a pallet stacked with brushes, paint cans, and thinner. "But Father Zarnowski from St. Stanislaus in Scranton requested the arrangement." Mother Mary Joseph sat down at the head of a table in the center of the room and nodded for Violet and Lily to each take a chair on either side of her. "And then, when your friend Mrs. Lankowski made her generous donation to the Good Shepherd," the nun waved toward a freshly painted wall, "well, how could we say no?" She pressed her lips into a thin smile and reached for a small brass bell on the table. "Have you had your supper?" "On the train." 25-year-old Violet noted the absence of wrinkles on the woman's pale skin and wondered about her age. Under the dark veil, a starched band of white fabric stretched around her forehead, and another one framed her cheeks and neck. A large bib-like collar circled her chest and shoulders in that same stiff white material. This woman possessed a confidence suggestive of age, but Violet could not see it on her face. "A cup of tea, then," the nun said, ringing the bell, "to take the chill off." "Thank you." Violet kicked Lily's foot under the table. Lily, head bowed, fingers tracing the tablecloth's blue and red roses, seemed not to notice. Muriel appeared in the doorway. "Everyone's at chapel." "Not everyone," Mother Mary Joseph sighed. "Make yourself useful, then, and put on the kettle."